Hello guys and welcome to another CNC Rivals video. So today we're going to be looking at a Colonel Jackson MG Gunner deck. This deck is so fun. I've been really enjoying it. It's really fun. It's a no harvester deck. And the really point of it is really to have fun. I may even be able to get to probably Diamond to Masters with it before people probably get I'm using this deck. And obviously we'll be posting this to Reddit. People are going to probably start seeing this deck. So this deck is very strong. I was using a different MG Gunner deck, and I was actually waiting to do this video because I was trying to figure out a good deck to use because I couldn't figure out what was good. But Colonel Jackson really is really good for this because you can set the unit up faster or you can just fire faster. It's specifically good when you're in a situation where you're facing more than one unit. So if you have two Shockwaves converging on your MG Gunner, you can take it down one before they get to you with the boost and then take down the other a little bit more faster because you should have a little bit more remaining boost. So let's go ahead and get into these replays. I think I have 3 replays, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so we are against Yeep Kane. This is a challenge battle, and this guy was pretty decent, but he messed up. He definitely messed up a little bit. I think it was in the early game. He messed up. He lost the first missile. He could have actually taken the first missile from me had he played it properly, but he actually messed up with his micro. He didn't, or he messed up in general. He just, you guys will see. I'm not gonna spoil it, but you'll see what he did. It was completely stupid. He didn't correct it until I had already gotten the first missile. So it was pretty much too late. So how you normally want to open this is you want to immediately build an MG squad into a either a rifleman, drone swarm, or war dog. My recommended is probably war dogs. Reason being is that if they build shockwaves or flame troopers, or if they build double harvesters, the war dogs can take out both of those, all of those. And if they build a double harvester, they can help me take out his harvesters. That way I can block off his units because it has a lot of health. So you see here, he actually builds a Venom, and this is where he messed up. He didn't move his unit up to counter the fact that I had control of the middle launch pad. He did not move his Venom up. I don't know what he was doing. There you go. He finally moves it up, but at this point, it's too late. I already have a Pitbull into the pad, and it was way too late. So at that point, I just back out. He builds a Obelisk of Kane. I try to get my Pitbull out, but it dies anyway, so I failed at that miserably. So at this point, he has control of the pads. I have no units, and he also tries to rush my Harvester here. So this was also a horrible idea. I built double missile squads here. And the reason why I did this was I already knew most players who play not tech decks, at least in my experience, normally run either Basilisk or the most common thing I've seen are Widowmakers or Cyborgs. I expected him to have a Widowmaker or a Cyborg coming out. So, and you see I guessed right here. And since I had the missile troopers, I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to take out his unit using my Pitbull. I'm going to go ahead and go for both launch pads. You can see the Inferno is so slow. It's not fast enough to get to my launch pad on the bottom launch pad in time, and he loses the second missile. This is why going double harvesters in the early game sucks, people, because you lose that first missile, and if your opponent has very good micro or has a lot of very fast units like the war dogs, it can absolutely ruin you because guess what? You don't have anything fast enough, or you can't get control of that second missile fast enough or quick enough or get your tech units up in time. So let's go ahead and get into the next replay. So we're here against a GDI player. He is using a pretty standard GDI deck, I think, except for he got a little bit more heavy on the War Factory side. I don't think he had any tech units. Yep, no tech units. It's a pretty standard deck. You know, he has Shockwaves. Well, pretty much standard, which you see a lot now, obviously. But this is a pretty basic deck right now at the moment. Rhinos. The only thing that's pretty irregular is probably the fact that he has hammerheads and rhinos. Most people run talons instead of hammerheads because they're just probably a little bit more better. You can see here, I go ahead for my 1 MG Gunner, and I made the same mistake I made in the last game, that I built my only 1 MG squad. Now, you can see here, I did build the second one, but at this point, it's a little too late. You usually want to build 2 very quickly. And I go ahead and just go ahead and set up because I know he's probably going to pull a Shockwave around any second now to go for it. And he does get my MG Gunner, but I do merely take out his unit, and I did boost my MG Gunner. The MG Gunner boosted is so good. Like, and you can see here later on in the game, this deck is so good. This deck is just so good later on in the game. Once he tries to go for my harvesters here, unfortunately I have no harvester. This is why no harvester is essential. You can go for harvester. I'm not saying it can't be done. However, I actually challenged myself specifically in this not to go any harvesters at all. I did that on purpose, that way to see what would happen if I didn't go harvester. No matter how many times I was so tempted to build a harvester, like I was like, oh, I need that harvester. I need that extra, the normal Tiberium income. For tries to go around and take down my MG Gunner. Unfortunately, because of this rock right here, I can just utilize that rock to absolutely out micro him, which is one move, and there you go. He can't even get to my MG squad. He uses his boost, but the MG squad combined with the jump jet troopers just absolutely destroy this the unit. I take out his shockwaves, and he once again tries to go for my harvester with this predator tank, but I have no harvesters. Yet again, he anticipates me having a harvester right now, and that's why I didn't. And I'm glad I got lose my voice there. I got harvesters in these last couple of matches. I probably would have not lost, but I would have, been distracted trying to defend them, that I may have actually lost. It's no guarantees. So I couldn't, I was not paying attention there. I didn't notice he boosted his shockwaves around. So he does take control of this second missile. I absolutely messed up on this. And you can see I moved my MG squad up. I assumed here that he was actually going to do something else that he didn't do. I assumed he was going to attack my MG squad since he saw it with my from my base, but he didn't do that. So I actually got duped there, basically. So he builds, he uses his Pitbull here to secure launch pad. I use my awesome MG squads to absolutely nuke him, and then I take control of the top launch pad. He moves his Predator tank to go for my Harvester, but yeah, I killed it with my MG squad, and yet again, I have no Harvester in the first place, so... at this point, he sent stuff out of my harvester about 3 times. His attempts were there, but he sent stuff out of my harvesters about 3 times. He keeps doing. You see here, he moves one of his pit bulls to my harvester tiles, knowing I have no harvesters. At this point, he should have already gotten, I'm not going to build any harvesters. That was his hugest mistake. He was so focused on worrying about whether or not I had a harvester or not that he could never get this last launch pad. Had he actually tried to contest using his pip on the bottom launch pad next to my base, and on the he would have had stalling me enough to get the second missile or get the top launch pads. And had he actually microed properly, unfortunately he didn't, so he got outplayed there. So I think I still have one more replay. If I don't, then I'm probably just going to end the video. So we have another Nod tech deck, and we're going to try to keep this under 10 minutes here. Keep it nice and short, so that way you can don't have to spend too much time watching my video here. So once again, in this one, I actually did a lot more better. I think this was when I finally kind of understood how to kind of use it a little bit more. I opened up with an MG squad like usual. At this point, this was the time I used it. Oh no, this is not the first time. What the heck? This is not the first time I used it. This is the last time I used it for the day right here. And at this point, I was using drone swarms and talents just to test it out because I was using war dogs and pit bulls before. He tried to go around to my harvester. He built a Scarab. I actually saw that Scarab come out with my missile. My Rifleman squad. And I have double MG squads. I built triple. Horrible idea. I should not have built triple, but I guess it kind of worked out because he didn't build anything really to counter me. I seen his assault coming in here, so there you go. Completely countered. He had nothing he could do against my squads. He didn't go double harvesters. He did actually just not go double harvesters. Better ways to piece. And at this point, I'm like, I knew at this point he was farming, but I had a feeling he was farming. But at that same time, I was like, I could go in, but I want the first missile. And if I go in, there's that chance you could stop me and possibly steal the first missile. I was just paranoid, so I should have just went in and got his harvester. You can see with 2 missiles, I would have been able to take it. But he loses the first missile here because I had anticipated him building a Venom or Banshee or a tech unit like a Widow. And yep, there you go. This was a huge mistake. I said I actually made a mistake, and yep, that was a huge mistake. It was a horrible mistake. Absolutely messed up there. I shouldn't have tried to go for those Scarabs. I was confident that it would move fast enough to get it, but my confidence was not well placed at all. And my MG squad go ahead and just absolutely destroys this. I I boost my rocket troopers. My MG squad destroys this flame trooper. I boosted my MG squad. I wasn't gonna waste my time moving because I knew it was gonna die. It's too slow. It doesn't have enough turn speed, even though it just got a turn speed buff. I build a rifleman, and this rifleman actually saved the game. By the way, guys, this rifleman actually won me the game. It was hilarious. It was absolutely ridiculous. He built a scarab there. He tries to go for my bottom launch pad. Remember, MG squads are actually very good against armored units. They do a decent amount of damage. The thing is, they can't take the damage from them a lot of times, specifically things like rhinos and widows. However, he messed up by walking off the launch pad. The missile was almost charged, and widows are very good counters to infantry. And I knew at this point it was either I take this first missile. Because I already knew if I lose this first missile, I would have lost the game. If I take this first missile, I obviously win the game. So at this point, I'm like, I need to do something. So I do. I can't. This dude really messed up. So bam, here we go. I out micro him. He tries to walk on a launch pad. He stops attacking my unit. He should have kept attacking. He decided to try his best to get on the launch pad, and because of that, he died or he lost the game. So there you go. That is an easy, nice, and smooth ending. We're actually a little bit over 10 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoyed. That's gonna be it for now. Peace. It's a very powerful deck, very good. I hope you guys do enjoyed it. I think Redox uploaded a video about this deck as well. Except for I think he's using Lieutenant